Since ancient times, the idea of the chosen ones has been woven into the fabric of human belief and imagination. These individuals are often portrayed as uniquely selected by a higher power to carry out a grand mission, an essential piece of a vast cosmic plan. But what if we turned this entire narrative inside out? What if the chosen ones are not just humans with sacred duties, but divine beings themselves, temporarily clothed in human form, walking the earth in disguise? Imagine this. Their journey isn't about fulfilling an external prophecy, but about remembering that they are infinite, divine entities experiencing the limitations of flesh, time, and emotion. And what if you, yes, you, are one of them? Not simply a person searching for purpose, but a God in the process of awakening, gradually recognizing your true nature. The struggles you face, the doubts that haunt you, may not be obstacles to conquer, but essential aspects of your path. This is not a journey of escaping the human experience, nor is it about transcending life. Rather, it is an invitation to embrace your humanity fully, as an integral part of the divine drama unfolding in this world. Every human carries a spark of the sacred, but what separates the chosen ones is not that they possess more of this spark, it's that they know it's there. The idea that every person holds a divine light within them is echoed across spiritual traditions worldwide. In Hinduism, the Atman, the individual soul, is seen as inseparable from Brahman, the ultimate reality. In Christianity, humans are made in the image of God, a reflection of divine essence. The ancient Greeks spoke of the daimon, an inner guiding spirit that represented one's higher self. In many indigenous belief systems, humans are viewed as sacred extensions of nature, carrying within them the essence of earth and sky. The difference between the chosen ones and the rest of humanity is awareness. They have awakened to a truth that others have forgotten. They no longer identify solely with the limited self, nor are they deceived by the illusions of the material world. They walk among others as ordinary people, but carry within them the deep remembrance of their cosmic origin. They know they are gods playing the role of humans. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, is a chosen moment, a part of the story they themselves wrote to explore, to feel, to evolve, and ultimately, to remember. One of the greatest illusions of the human experience is the sense of separation from others, from nature, from the divine, from birth. We are taught to define ourselves as individuals, to distinguish me from them, to believe we are isolated in an overwhelming universe. This illusion breeds loneliness, fear, and a constant longing for meaning and connection. But the chosen ones see through the veil. They perceive the interconnectedness of all things, how everything, no matter how small or vast, flows from the same divine source. The material world, with all its contrasts and categories, is merely the surface. Truth lies in the depth, where all souls are threads in the same luminous web of existence. As the poet Rumi once wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." The chosen ones embody this truth. They don't need to become anything more. They only need to remember and live fully as the gods. The awakening of the chosen ones echoes the deepest teachings of ancient mystical traditions. From Taoism, which speaks of the unity that flows through all things, to the Buddhist principle of dependent origination, that nothing exists in isolation and all phenomena arise together in interconnection. In the modern era, this truth finds one of its clearest expressions in the words of Alan Watts, "You are the universe experiencing itself." The chosen ones do not simply understand this, they embody it. They know, at the core of their being, that they are not just isolated individuals, but momentary manifestations of the cosmos. They are divine beings wearing the mask of humanity, exploring and experiencing life from within form. This realization grants them an immense capacity for empathy, compassion, and love, because they see the divine not as something separate or distant, but reflected in every person, every creature, every breath of existence. To them, every moment is sacred. Every encounter is a chance to recognize the hidden thread of unity that runs beneath the fabric of reality. They do not walk through life as seekers, but as rememberers, those who know they are already whole, already one with all that is. Their path is not about escaping the world but about celebrating it as an expression of the infinite. If the chosen ones are divine in nature, why would they choose to live within the fragile, imperfect confines of human life? The answer lies in the power of experience. To be divine is to possess infinite knowing, but knowledge without lived experience remains incomplete. Human life offers something rare and precious: the opportunity to feel, to fall, to rise, to struggle, to love, and to grow through contrast. To the chosen ones, being human is not a punishment, it is a sacred choice. It is through heartbreak and healing, through trials and triumphs, that consciousness expands. Each challenge, each sorrow, each joy becomes a stepping stone toward deeper self-realization. They understand that nothing is wasted, no pain is purposeless, every moment serves the unfolding of their spiritual evolution. This insight resonates with the teachings of great thinkers like Carl Jung, who spoke of individuation, the integration of the conscious and unconscious to achieve inner wholeness. But for the chosen ones, this integration goes further. They merge the finite with the infinite, the temporal with the eternal. In doing so, they become bridges between worlds, living embodiments of both human vulnerability and divine potential. The chosen ones are not passive observers of life, they are creators. As extensions of the divine, they hold within them the power to shape reality. This isn't a vague metaphysical ideal, it is a practical truth they live by. They know their thoughts, intentions, and emotions are energetic forces that ripple out into the world, influencing it in tangible ways. Spiritual traditions such as the law of attraction speak of this power, that we create our reality through focused thought and alignment. The chosen ones know this deeply, but unlike those who seek to control life through desire, they co-create through harmony. They do not bend the world to their will, they attune themselves to the will of the universe. In this alignment, life flows, unfolds, and manifests through them effortlessly. And with this power comes great responsibility. They know that creation is not a game of ego but a sacred act. Every thought, every action, every word becomes a thread in the tapestry of existence. They move through life not as dreamers lost in illusion, but as dreamers who are aware they are dreaming, and who lovingly shape the dream with purpose, presence, and divine awareness. The chosen ones understand that every thought, every word, and every action is not merely a personal event, it is a ripple in the vast ocean of existence. Each vibration they emit resonates through the cosmos, touching the collective consciousness of humanity. They live with awareness, knowing that they are not only shaping their own reality, but also contributing to the spiritual evolution of the world and the universe itself. They do not act out of impulse or ego. They are deliberate with their choices, mindful of their responses, because they know a divine force flows through them, not to serve the self, but to serve the greater good. With open hearts and uplifted intention, the chosen ones live with purpose, turning each moment into a silent prayer for healing, awakening, and transformation, embracing human limitations. Despite their divine nature, the chosen ones do not reject or resist the limitations of the human condition. They do not see pain, weakness, or mortality as enemies, but as sacred components of the soul's evolution. They understand that it is precisely through these limitations, through the fragility of the body, the impermanence of time, and the rawness of emotion, that the spirit can grow, learn, and expand. Rather than avoiding suffering, the chosen ones walk through it with courage. They seek meaning in every wound, wisdom in every fall. They know that without challenge there is no growth. Without sorrow there is no transcendence. They are the living embodiment of the truth. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. They do not merely endure, they transform. And through that transformation, they draw closer to their true divine essence. The return to the divine. When the earthly journey comes to an end, the chosen ones do not simply return to where they began, they return as expanded beings. As divine entities who have truly lived, who have felt, who have understood. They are no longer the same gods who once chose to step into human form. Now, they are gods who have experienced the full spectrum of life, its beauty, its chaos, its joy, its pain. Their return is not a loop, but a spiral, bringing them home, but to a higher state of being, much like the concept of moksha in Hinduism, where the soul achieves liberation after many lifetimes and reunites with the divine. The chosen ones ascend, not by denying the world, but by embracing it completely. They become bridges between the finite and the infinite, between matter and spirit. Through the human experience, they have etched within themselves the wisdom of both realms. They are no longer simply divine beings. They are divine beings who have become, who have evolved. They carry the sacred memory of their human life not as a burden, but as a gift, a sacred lesson that has deepened their essence. The chosen ones are not separate from the rest of us. They are reminders of what is possible. They walk among us as human beings, but within them burns the awareness that they are more than flesh and bone. They are divine sparks, living out the miracle of existence, learning, growing, creating with every breath. Through their journey, they offer us a powerful truth. We are not merely humans searching for meaning. We are divine souls living that meaning, experiencing the sacredness of life in every form. If you feel a spark inside after hearing this message, don't hesitate to hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel. We are on a mission to reach 1,000 beautiful souls, and comment the number 111 below. This sacred number will amplify the vibration of this message and align your energy with the divine path, especially if you are truly one of the chosen.